Thank you, President. My question is for the Minister for Small Business. The level crossing at Reservoir, High Street and Spring Street and Broadway and Cheddar Roads is currently under construction. It started late November 2018, and I do agree, I'm very pleased to see it finally happening. But Reservoir traders were told by the level crossing removal project team that their businesses would only be affected in short 3 and 4 day slots. However, 4 weeks ago, that changed and High Street traffic was completely blocked from Broadway and Edward Street stopping strips and will be blocked till Christmas. They were given 4 weeks' notice for a 4-month closure. The traders are already reporting a 75% loss. So can the Minister please tell us what steps he is taking to ensure that these small businesses are not unduly affected by this $250 million project?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I'd like to thank the member for a question. Firstly, if I can say at the outset, President, that what we've got here in the Big Build project is a nation-building rail and rail projects that, well, state or nation-building projects that will be
Order.
a courageous investment by the government. These are investments that had to be done, had to be made, and they have been made. And I've got to say, it's going to be good for Victoria as residents are able to move around town freely, and for small business it's going to be a boom because goods and services of small businesses will be able to be moved around, which will mean cost efficiencies for small business, which means product improvements in productivity for small business, which means improvements in productivity for the entire state. So the Big Build project is fantastic, not just for Victoria, but the entire nation. President, now, when you're doing such massive amounts of infrastructure, record levels of infrastructure, there's going to be disruption, right? I have been disrupted. I've been disrupted. On the southeastern freeway, I've been disrupted coming into town, and I haven't liked it. There will be disruption for small businesses, right? Because there's just going to be. Now, our job is to minimise that disruption to small businesses, and that's what we try to do. At the early stage, at the design of these projects, this government has insisted that the construction companies have take into account and have a plan to minimise disruption to small businesses. So all of these authorities have a range of protocols, and they've got a plan on making sure that disruption is minimised. Now, together with that, we've got the Small Business Commissioner, who is an advocate. We've expanded her role and given her a power to be an advocate for small business. She's doing a fantastic job getting in front of these construction companies as well and advocating for the small business sector. Now, we've also got Small Business Mentoring Service, who is working with the Small Business Commissioner, where the mentoring service might go out to these businesses who have been disrupted, and the Small Business Commissioner will then take that potential solution to the construction companies, and largely these things have been resolved well for small business. So I'm very confident that all these authorities have got in place plans and protocols to ensure that the disruption to small business is minimised.
Not in this case. Ms. Patten. Ms. Patten. Ms. Patten, before you ask your supplementary question, that it's very hard. I noticed, Ms. Patten, you were trying to listen to the answer to the question that you asked, and it's very hard for you and me to hear the answer when people on my left are being so robust. So maybe if they could give us that luxury to listen to your supplementary question and the Minister's answer, that would be great. So could you ask your supplementary question?
Thank you. I appreciate that, President. Minister, it has caused considerable disruption and there was no notice to these small businesses. I mean, we've got a pizza shop delivery business that is now can't deliver hot pizzas because it's 45 minutes to get around. We've got businesses that ordered Halloween stock that can't sell it, and they had no notice of this. So I'm taking up with your supplementary. They need assistance, and this is a $250 million project. This is 100 businesses that may not be alive at the end of this project to take advantage of the nation-building project that this is. So, by way of supplementary, would you commit to meeting with the traders and discussing some form of assistance, or would you coordinate a meeting with the Small Business Commissioner and the traders to see if we can find a solution to their problem?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I'd like to thank the member for her question. President, look, I'm confident that the protocols and the design of these projects did all they can to ensure that the mechanisms were in place to minimise disruption to small business, even though these were big nation-building projects. To the member asking the question, I say, I'm happy to take details, and we'll get the small business mentoring service out there, and perhaps the small business Commissioner might actually get out there too. So happy to do that.